So you came here to judge me.
I came here because I missed my best friend. What happened to you? If Brian were here,
Well, he's not. So don't try to make me feel guilty.
I'm not. But the partying, the drugs, Seth, that's not what he wanted for you.
How am I supposed to feel? You see that on social media, but it's different when I'm alone.
You always gotta screw things up. Man, he's screwing everything up on his own. Man, what's wrong with you? Huh? But can't you see that mom and dad aren't happy?
Well, then tell me what parents are. Yeah, that's right. You can't. Do you want to know why? Because a perfect family doesn't exist.
Thank you for coming to StarNet Studios. I am Andre Tucker. Good to see you. And today we have a very busy actor based out of the Los Angeles area. And this is going to be Mr. Phillip McNair. How's it going, Phillip?
It's going pretty good. How you doing, Andre?
I am all right. Thank you very much. So let's just say, so like I said, you're based out of Los Angeles, but tell me, before that, where was home for you?
I was born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland, and acting didn't really come to me until I got to high school. My brother, he had started a little bit earlier, my younger brother, and I was like, hey, I want to do this too. Like, we should do this together. But I didn't get a chance to actually get into it until high school. And then from there, I went to New York for a year, and I studied in New York at the New York Film Academy, then came out to LA after that. And I'm still here, still kicking.
All right, so yeah, lots of people make their way out to New York Film Academy. As far as that I've been talking to, what drew you specifically? You know, speaking for yourself, what drew you specifically to New York Film Academy, and how did you know it was that time to head out there?
Well, at first, New York Film Academy wasn't even my original choice. I wanted to go to AMDA. And it was like my dream school. I basically put all of my eggs in one basket. I went out there. I told my best friend to come with me. We'll audition together. And what had ended up happening was he got in and I didn't get in. So that was like a huge hit to me, because I was like, dang, like I don't want to stay in Baltimore. I want to go and pursue this dream of mine. So I'm not gonna lie, that was like, it was a moment of me like sitting down, like, okay, well, I have to become an adult now. I have to figure out a solution to this problem. So I just did research, and the first thing that popped up was New York Film Academy. And I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. This is cool. I looked into it, and I was like, oh, they have everything that I need, everything that I want to do. So I worked hard throughout that entire summer. I did essays, I did auditions. I did like 2 auditions that are on YouTube. I won't say the name because they're kind of embarrassing, but it got me into the school, and that basically kickstarted me and landed me where I am right now.
All right, all right. And so once you got out to LA, you found some work in mostly shorts, right? And I believe 2 of your early works were Dynamite and Just Goes West, I believe. So why don't you tell me a little bit about those?
Well, Dynamite was a thesis film that one of my classmates had put together. It was one of her last projects before we graduated, and the story was about heroin addicts. So I had to play a heroin addict, and it was interesting tapping into that character because, of course, I'm not a heroin addict, but it was the notions of like me finding little things that I can do to get into that character. So I watched like a bunch of reference films. I looked at interviews from people who had overcome that, and they were telling us about come down process and like how hard it was to like kick the habit. So I kind of incorporated all of that into my character, and it turned out really well. Turned out really well. Shout out to Abilene Chuha for casting me in that. Jess Goes West was a independent project that another friend of mine from college had put together. She had wrote the script, she got a team together, and they helped her produce 4 episodes. And I got a chance to be on the last episode. She tried to get me in on the third one too, but busy actor. I had other plans that for that time. So but I'm glad she was able to pull me in for the last one. And that footage was used for my reel. So I was like, oh, this helped me out a lot this year. This was like the year of 2019. And yeah, shout out to sorry about that. I got put on pause.
It's all right.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad that I was a part of that as well. It was a huge help in getting me in the position that I am as well today.
All right. And not long after that, you got into Blood at the Root, I believe. Not long
Yeah.
after that. So, what was it? What was it like working on Blood at the Root, and what can people expect to see if they take a look at that?
Well, Blood at the Root is a product from one of my very close friends in the industry. His name is Ladarian Williams. He's a excellent writer. His influences are mainly August Wilson. And so that's where his writing kind of takes you in a story-based journey. And he wanted to make a world that was kind of like Harry Potter, but for Black people. So he wanted to showcase Black people and all their magic and all of their wonder and amazement. And I play one of the twins. I play Elijah Carrington, and my brother plays Savon Carrington, and we're like the Carrington twins on there. And it's basically showcasing that we as Black people we always had magic. It's just been stripped away from us. So it's really an empowerment piece for our people, just to let us know that we are more than what people say we are. And that's actually one project that has touched me personally, because it just shows that like I'm stronger than I think I am. You know, like we're creators. Creators were meant to, you know, kind of save the world. I feel like creators were we were brought to this earth to basically like showcase that we are creators. You know.
So for you mentioned Ladarian's roots just a moment ago. Who were influences? Excuse me. So who were some of your influences who you took a look at as you were coming up, or even right now?
One of my biggest influences, Will Smith. I always enjoy every movie since Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know, like watching the scene where he was saying, "Why doesn't my dad want me?" I'm pretty sure that's a very impactful scene.
It's powerful.
Yeah, but that was one of the scenes that really like I was like, "Whoa, this guy he onto something." You know what I'm saying? And then from then on, you know, Pursuit of Happiness, one of my favorite movies. You know, it's a story of overcoming. I love that movie. And then, of course, to his later works, I Am Legend, I, Robot. You know, I'm a huge action fan. So seeing him in that light, it made me see myself in that light as well. Like, I'm like, oh, if he can do it, I can do it. I can do it. It's easy. So, I mean, you know, the road is not easy, but me believing that I can do it is easy, you know? So, Will Smith is definitely one of my biggest influences. Another person that I admire right now, Tom Hardy. I think he's a beast. He is a beast in this industry. And I saw an interview with Shia LaBeouf, and he was actually telling him about his experience with him on set. And he has this presence where, like, when he goes on set, it's his set. And I'm like, oh, that's the kind of presence that I want. Like, I wanna go on set, I wanna own it, I wanna do my job to the best of my ability, and then have people remember my name from there, you know, and make an impact that way. So Tom Hardy is another influence that I greatly admire.
You got a favorite Tom Hardy role by any chance that you've seen him work on? Or at least a couple.
I might get some some crazy feedback from this, but I thought, or maybe not, but in Revenant, I thought that was his movie.
Mm-hmm.
I love Leonardo DiCaprio, but Tom Hardy, he stepped it up in that movie. So
yeah,
I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him for that.
All right. And so you also have a Single AF that's going to be coming up. So you want to tell me a little bit about Single AF and what audiences can expect for that project.
Yes. Single AF is kind of bringing that 90s TV feel to the modern day. So it's about 4 single ladies, and they're basically in LA, and they're trying to figure out the kind of life that they want and figure out why love is so hard to acquire in this day and age. You know, like it's kind of like a reminiscing type of thing, like, oh, you know, like that 90s type of love, and why doesn't it exist anymore, and like, do we really need that anymore? So that's what this is about. I play Buster, which is he's like bruh man from Martin. You know, I come in
From the pit.
yeah, I come in, you know, I grab the food, I make some funny lines, and then I dip out. But that should be filming this year in the summertime. That's what we're planning to film. And that's all I can really say about it. But I'm super excited to start this project. I think it would bring a lot of nostalgia to people who enjoyed that era of TV and film.
All right. So just going back to some of your earlier work that we've been talking about, if someone wanted to take a look at one of your past projects, for example, the Blood at the Root, where might someone get a chance to take a look at that?
Blood at the Root is currently streaming on Amazon Prime right now. You can, if you're a member, you can watch it for free. If not, you can rent it for $3.99, or you could buy it for $7.99. So it's available streaming now on Amazon Prime Video. If you want to check it out, please do. We would greatly appreciate it.
All right. Well, that sounds great, Phillip. We will keep an eye out for that, and certainly take a look at Blood on the Road, and look forward to your other projects. And just want to tell you, I thank you for your time, and thanks for coming on StarNet Studios.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.